Hello folks, and welcome to Erannorth Reborn. So we were playing with a Plaguelord Nomad Resurgant Tenebris character, and this is our status currently. I'm saving my level up points to learn a skill, and the highlight is that we got this perk here, Resurgant Neophyte at level 3. And whenever enemy dies under a doom effect, we reanimate them as a grave lurker, which is this nice creature right here. So I want to go to my equipment and add this novitiate amulet that we got at first level and didn't use to our deck first. Also, I want to go to my deck builder and add 3 death grip cards, and now we will be removing 3 cards, and I will remove some of my nomads. I will remove the henchman. We are back at 29, and that's because we have a spot for our lieutenant, which we won't be summoning. No, we won't be summoning here with aversion. I will remove here and add here in a poison affinity node, so she can come as strong as she can be. Okay. So let's start. We can doom people now. Let's doom Coven Enchantress. On 3 bludgeoning, 2 for slashing. Exilot. 9, that's enough for her to die, but why not die now, if possible. And we get a grave lurker. We are above the limit, so an ally will be sacrificed. I opted to sacrifice my zealot. Okay. We can do this one. Comes as a grave lurker. Kidnap. Now the cool thing about these grave lurkers is they draw 2 ability. If we unsummon them, we get to draw 2 cards. We can also get the bonus effect of Reserve Corpse, this synergy power 6, and we'll finish this one with Guile. Didn't work. Okay, let's attack. We don't have any cards in our deck. None of them is LSR, so we can't kidnap them. We can kidnap them, but we can't ransom them. Still, I will kidnap this one. Now remember, we can't ransom here because she's not a Losar. Neither of them is a Losar. Let's bargain the skeleton. Now that we shuffle our deck, we can rally.
Our meeting was not a coincidence.
Also play Locust. Tomb Guardian is an excellent Nomad. He has Coppes, heightened reflexes, lead astray, and Kismet. He can be upgraded further into a Nomad Assassin, Nomad Warrior, or Nomad Archer. I will pick this card. Pestilence is amazing, but if you are playing more solo, or if you are not using as much allies as we do. So, deck. Let's check his words. That scepter is very nice, but again we can't afford it. So I will discard this. We'll get our Zealot. So he died, we are above the limit temporarily. Now if I play any card, this Enforcer will destroy the first ally. I can do it manually if I want him, or choose a different one to go again below the limit and prevent that. Let's use Unwavering Loyalty. We can draw cards, or we can preserve corpse and draw 2 cards by unsummoning a Grave Lurker. We don't have another Doom effect. Let's multicast this. I could offer one of them as sacrifice to heal some of my allies and extend the lifespan. I can do that with him. This will keep our caravan one more turn. Let's preserve the Zealot. Reanimate. Kidnap. Attack. Ransom. Now I will use Pestilence, will also hit with -6 hit points all my allies, but I will also kill all of my enemies. Study the Grimoire. Shadow Dancer, Shadow Dance or Kismet. Upon demise crafts a shadow form. So Shadow Dance is this one. Kismet is the card that we saw. She can be upgraded to these Nomads right here. And if she dies, we get a Shadow form card. So I think I will get the Shadow Dancer. It's a more versatile card, even though Soothsayer can also be used for clairvoyance with this card. I will add to deck. And what else? We get to pick 2 cards. Okay, I will pick Possessed Minion and we'll pick Fear. We got 10 perk points, we have 70 farthings, XP, and we are back in Landmerich. So let's go to the Landmerich town. It's still we still don't have existence influence here. So let's use the loiter option. We don't have action points. We do. Okay. I want to purchase some provisions. I also want to sell some equipment. And I want to go to my headquarters, headquarter options, and upgrade my private chambers, which will be letting me rest or ask for a healer to restore HP and cure ailments. Ailments like bleeding, buff, and stuff like this auto debuff in Conquest, but not in modes like Agent. In modes like Agent, they stay on you. So it's crucial to have a way to heal these ailments. And we can also now get the library, which where we can study and learn adventuring skills, actions, and spells. And the first we want to learn is research in this case. Okay, we got our chambers, and we don't have much cash anymore. So back here we can now go to Ogurnwald, and since Poison, Dark and Water have affinity, I will put back my lieutenant. And explore. Okay, so the other thing I want to do here is to show you how you can take advantage of multiple decks. So let's go and first store the deck that we are playing and call it like main deck, for example. So we have main deck. I will delete the starting deck, don't need it anymore. And what I will do now is empty my deck completely. Go here, pick poison. I will add. Remember that we are in a poison node, so once the poison rule kicks in, then all the poison allies will get a boost. Same for poison damage. Okay, so we added poison. What else are the leyline rules? We can't see yet because we haven't advanced a node. But let's say I also want to play with my Doom a bit. So the deck is a Poison Doom Go. Poison Doom. That's the only card we have with Doom, fortunately. I'm pressing B to get back here. Okay, so what else we will add? We can also add our Zealots, since they are useful, our Preserve Corpses, maybe Kidnap, maybe Bargain, Silent Death. 3 cards. And now I can go to Manage deck and call this deck Doom and Go. And this deck actually doesn't have much Doom, but you get the point. Okay, so now I'm using this deck by default, the Doom and Go. Okay, and I can use this deck switcher here and go to use my main deck, and now I'm back using my main deck. And I can use this deck switcher and go and use Doom and Go, and now I'm using Doom and Go. And each time you do that, your hand is discarded, your deck is shuffled, and so on. So it's a good idea to do it after you have emptied your hand, or at the start of a node, for example. Okay, and now we are playing with our Doom and Go deck, and we can start creating. Death Grip, Reanimate, Plague Zombie, Death Grip. Ah, that's awesome. Let's bring the Plague Zombie. Plague Zombie also has this nice ability. We can craft Plague, and it will destroy a non-undead like him if his hit points is less than 16. And crippled 7 and 16 is 23, so let's check. Estimated damage 7 to 7. Enemy will probably survive and then die from the destroy effect. As you can see, our poison cards are much better. Every ally can attack, stun and cripple 5, but she will also get damage, so let's use Petrifying Gaze. Okay, so Petrifying Gaze, we can now attack with every ally to give her some XP. Doom and cripple, attack, and he becomes a Grave Lurker. Now he's afflicted. The rest are undead and corrupted, so Desecrate will heal my allies and harm them. We can make every ally is already corrupted. She also has 4 types, she can't learn a new type. Let's just use it here. Bolt and summon. Let's use this. zombie. Okay, so now that the enemies are no longer around, we can interact with every ally. We can spar and gain some XP, or have her rest, or go in a nearby mission. And we found a Caravan Elder. On draw, craft Caravan Elder's Wisdom, Loyalty 2. We need loyalty to play this card. So let's stash him. And let's say that we want to go to our deck builder, empty this deck, and I want to find my nomads, and I know that we can search for nomad allies by typing ally is, like so. Ally is nomad. Okay, and make a nomad deck. And we also need loyalty to take full advantage of this deck, so let's type for loyalty. Unquestionable loyalty is a must, but don't use full. And we don't have much Rakeshas, we don't have cards that can provide loyalty. So this deck, for example, we had an idea, but it's not going to cut it, so I will call it Nomad Draft. I can't really use this deck, it's incomplete. So let's switch back to Doom and go and continue playing. And when we get loyalty and nomads, we can complete our nomad deck. Okay, let's fight. I will get the Wandering Monk. Fight. Silent Death, it's a sneak attack. We can kidnap someone. I can just attack here. Now Avriali's morale went to the surviving enemy since he killed it before her morale ability triggers. Level up soon.
Just lead the way.
Okay, so we can now recruit one of these guys, and failed experiments are one of my favorite allies to spam. Acrobat Thief has the Dagger Act, and Wandering Monk has Z-Strike, so usually this guy is the one that I never pick, even though he has a stun ability. So if you are playing with an archetype good with air, might be your choice. I think we lack healing, so I will get Wandering Monk and Slayer Afflicted Servant. He's dead. Pity. This triggers an away effect. We're above the limit, so I will unsummon this one. Now playing Afflicted Servants will be automatic above the limit and trigger his demise, which is an AOE4, but we have cards to play. We have Contagion, we have Locust. I will start with Locust. It's Breath, Undead, Spirit, Wicked. Destroy Vampire. He's a vampire. Destroy Vampire 24, so this will destroy. And we can play Locust, only he got weakened. And can attack him with Free Alley. Regenerate. So let's use this. We will use a multicast card to get more healing out of it. Good level, good. Okay, so this guy here, piercing fire. Piercing and fire. He deals fire damage upon dying, so let's kill him. We can also assume that Pestilence, despite the penalty, will deal lots of damage. But now look, we need to heal every ally. So I'll take the first shift. We also gain new skills: Perforate, Impending Death, Read the Palm, Scorpion. Read the Palm can shoot our Nomad deck that we had as a draft. So let's keep that in mind. We could, well, we are above the limit, so one of them would go anyway. We can use the zombie. Interact. We don't have action points. Let's go. The Chain Vampire. We can't get much out of this effect, out of this event. I'll just leave. A quick exploration. Try to find some wood. Continue. We're above the limit. Now let's say that I don't care that I'm above the limit and I play a card. My Sutek Zealot will be sacrificed the moment I will play a card. So he's gone. Better choose yourself which ally you will sacrifice if you pass above the limit. The reprieve is only momentary. Okay. Let's gather some wood, stas, continue. Continue. We can use revile. Sneak attack. Plus 8 damage. So this one will take 12 damage. There is a minus 12 skull next to her health if you notice the preview. And he will take 12 damage when we end the turn. And he will take 18, so 2 more and he will die. Let's unsummon this one. We can also produce an affliction card. The old clock tower. So a group of world deserters approaches us and demands 100 farthings. So of course we will fight them. And they are quite a lot. Okay. Let's use revile. Now if you try to interact with your allies, you will get the memo that you are in the middle of encounter and remove that option. Let's use bargain. I will first use affliction here. Give vulnerable attack. We don't particularly care about the lifespan at this moment, so let's pick the cheapest one, which is this. Preserve corpse. I will first use my knapsacks, stats, inventory, because we will be drawing several cards. Bring the zombie. Silent death. I'll just pass. We are above the limit, so the moment that we play a card, one of them will die. We can go ahead and just... Well, most of them will die because I will play Pestilence. So, victory. Let's leave. Now, this is... someone asked me if there is some use for repair. You could repair this clock tower if you had the skill. We don't. So, let's just dive and light beam. We have 160 perk points, so let's go spend them. Okay, we still don't have 1000 farthings to upgrade our library. Let's check if we can sell anything to make that happen. We don't have anything to sell. Maybe the short sword, dagger, the bow. So now we can find better actions here. We can find better consumables. But I want to save my farthings so I can get the library. That's one of my goals. The second is to get a perk. Okay, so let's check about loyalty here. I want to build a Nomad deck, and the way to do that, we will need source of loyalty. So we can get a tribe to join our caravan, and each turn we will be getting automatically +1 loyalty. We can also get novice commander after leadership, and that will increase our loyalty costs by 1. So let's start with Aisa Babur. Babur produces loyalty when he attacks, and he's also well connected, so he has an ability that can produce loyalty as well, or rally or supplies. So Babur is quite useful to have in your caravan. So is Aisa. She has a multicast, deal fire damage, and look in the stars. They both give you this specialization card, which you can use to teach them a certain ability, so we can probably get some loyalty too. And I think I will go with Babur. Okay. So let's say now that we are back, I will also get leadership since we are here. Leadership, tendency, neutral. Tendency villain. Oh, we can be a heroic Plaguelord, like I mean he's named Thonos. Isn't that heroic? Not really. Okay, let's pick tendency villain, it fits our roleplay better. And now let's go back to our deck builder. And I was building a deck and I couldn't complete it because I lacked the essential cards. So let's load it. Nomad draft. And it had all these nomads in it. And we can filter and see what else is not in deck. Okay, so Babur, yes, we will add him. Read the palm. We can use it to unsummon nomads and bring in their upgraded versions. Of course, we will add caravan. It's a nomad deck after all. A few scorpions. Silent death. Resolve. We can add this and find it with Babur's rally. Will make our life easier rather than searching for it. And maybe what else? Twin blade attack. Plaguelord. Script. Let's go with dive. Okay, so our nomad deck is ready right here, and elements we have the majority slashing, so this is a safe deck to play regardless of the ley line, because ley lines will usually affect these 8 elements right here, and these 3 physical elements are untouched. So no, we are not seeing only our deck, we are seeing all the cards. So I want element slashing and show deck. Element slashing and show deck. Yes, so these guys are slashing and are in my deck. But this is poisoned. Why we are seeing this guy? Suspicious. Probably there is something wrong with his definition, or it includes somewhere the slashing keyword. Anyway, so this deck, the Nomad deck we built, is quite safe to use because it's mostly slashing, and the ley lines affect mostly the magical elements. So manage decks, I could save here like Nomad draft and save over it, but I will just delete it and I will name it Nomad Fury. Okay, so we now have our old deck. We have Doom and Gloom and we have Nomad Fury, and we can change them in the blink of an eye using this little neat widget. Let's now go to the plains, or to Gunvald. No, I will go to the plains. So we are playing with the Nomad deck. Shuffle is disabled at this point.
This is terrible.
We still have our undead. Caravan Elder's Wisdom. Exhaust an ally, get loyalty 4. That's nice. So we can use to bring in the Caravan Elder. Or we can discard him to rally a Nomad. At this point I will just summon this one,
Let's make this quick.
bring in
Let's make this quick.
2 Drifters and 1
It
here.
was not a coincidence.
Okay, so this guy here has concealment and he keeps avoiding my damage, but he can't avoid that. Grave Lurkers also have an exhume ability. So let's play Caravan Elder's Wisdom. Nomad allies will get experience. We can now play the Shadow Dancer, but first let's get rid of a Drifter. Shadow Dancer. And if we expand Concealment 12, we can use here Strike first, Shadow Shift, Chain. So we get Shadow Dance, Strike first, Scimitar Strike, and you will end up with sneak attacks and lots of damage. So this. We have Loyalty 2. We can play the Caravan Elder, or we can unsummon him. For now I will just... we don't have enough concealment. She also has Kismet. Let's try that out. So Kismet. And we can target a Nomad, like this Nomad for example, and summon him, get Loyalty 3, and now play a more advanced Nomad, like the Nomad Assassin, which has Silent Death, Venom and Vulnerable Attack, or the Nomad Warrior, which will deal extra slashing damage upon attack, or the Nomad Archer, which will deal fire damage. Let's choose the Nomad Archer, bring him into play. We spent 3 loyalty to play this Nomad, so I will attack here, kill him, and fire damage and burn morale will go to a survivor. Now we are over the limit. I can sacrifice one of my Grave Lurkers. He will take 5 burn damage. Attack. He got the morale, so Fire Archer has a pretty nice ability. All the morale abilities are nice, but keep in mind that if I was to kill an enemy and then there are no survivors left to take the morale ability, it's like a bullet that is flying and it will hit someone. That someone will be you. So keep that in mind. Okay, it's an Inquisition squad. Let's free the prisoners. We don't have stealth, so frontal assault it is. And I can go here. Can discard this one. with a limit. I will sacrifice a rough. We draw a card, it happened to be a rough. We will play Kismet. Sacrifice one of these guys.
Our meeting was no coincidence.
Kismet. Nomad Archer.
Time for some target practice.
Read the palm. Read the Palm and Kismet are great cards to use on a raft, drifter, your zealots, for example. At this point, I will just discard these guys. Remember, if I kill here, I will get the morale, and I don't want that. I'm also above the limit, so I will need to sacrifice one, otherwise this one will get auto-sacrificed. And since we have leadership, we can now get a unique ally out of this. So let's pick this option, get Rongzhao. And we can get a Gravedigger for other attack. So Gravelarker, Fire Archer, Dive, Fire Archer, can use Kismet. We can unsummon this one and replace here with an assassin.
Looks like someone really wanted to
And these high quality nomads will stay in play more, will get to level up more, and it will leave you with the problem. Here we are stuffed with nomads, and we can use them. What to do? Why not switch deck? Doom and go. Above the limit, unfortunately, sacrifice the first one. I could have dragged an ally as a response. Venom Honorable. You come across an old altar covered in blood and bones. Has been used recently for a necromantic or demonic ritual. So we have both rituals and we have also necromancy, and spoiler, we can use this bone altar 3 times. So let's first create an undead minion. It's this skeletal guardian. So let's stash him. I can use this again, or I can also try the demon ritual. And that's a plague demon with the pestilence ability. He's afflicted, so pestilence won't harm him, which is great. Stash. And I can use the altar one last time. And I think I will get a plague demon stash. So let's leave. We can use them to build a new deck. Stash. Spirit Maker's Mask. Raise the corpse as a skeletal troop. Leave, continue. You come across a mausoleum. Its marble walls look almost brown for the accumulated dust and dirt. Whoever is interred here, it will make a powerful minion. Okay, this sounds like what our character would do. Let's open the sarcophagus. And it's a vampire. Attack. Fight. Okay. Vampire. Sneak attack, drain. Let's bring the skeletal troop. Leave play. Fledgling vampire, Elosar. Kidnap. Discard. Fire archer. Minus 14 will die. And done. So let's force any vampires that still live to serve me. And we can pick a card here. We can get a vampire bride, we can get priestess of the moon or the starving vampire. And this comes cheap with a fatigue and a bleeding for 0 action points. This one is more expensive but has some pretty cool abilities like Moon Invocation, Blood Memories, Power Over Dead, so stas. Continue. So this area proved quite worthwhile for our adventure, and we can also pick an Adhraxar's Elder. So stas and the blood sacrifice. Turn to the world map. We have 5 break ones, 532 farthings. Okay, and I will stop this recording now. I hope you enjoyed this video and how you can quickly switch decks and adapt to the ley lines or just have fun, because now we show playtime to both the cards of our first deck and the cards of our second deck, and they are not left behind, and we can still come up at a moment where we need to mix those decks together and so on. Anyway, I will be seeing you in the next episode. Have a good night. Bye bye.